everyone. We are here to talk about my top 5 Oracle decks for 2019. I'm going to be doing a top 5 tarot deck video thing next week. But I wanted to do the Oracle decks, and I wanted to do them separately because I do think of them kind of separately. I mean, they work together, but also it's more fun to do 2 separate videos. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Just so you know, if you are interested in learning more about the tarot with me, starting in the new year on my Patreon, I have a unicorn level that we are going to be going through the court cards card by card. So we're going to be learning about the court cards there, and the unicorn level, which is $5. Also, a month also includes weekly tarot scopes and weekly astro reports. So I think it's a really good educational type level. And if you want to learn more about the court cards, which I know people do struggle with, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to go through each card week by week so that you can learn more about the court cards. So you can join me there if you're interested in that. All right, so let's get going with the top 5 Oracle decks. So this is not in any particular order. I think all of these came out in 2019, but I think some might have come out like in 2018. But I did get all of these. These are all new ones that I got last year or at the end of 2018. I didn't necessarily want to go with just new decks, but when I thought about the top 5 decks I've been working with that I've been enjoying, they just happen to be these newer decks, so I thought I would go through them. So in no particular order. The first one that I have here is by Colette Baron-Reid, and it is the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck. I am really enjoying her decks. I do like, I have to say, the Hay House has stepped up their game when it comes to boxes. This one, I don't know if you can see, it's got little sparkles on the side, but they've got the magnetic closure, which I love. The decks are the same usual side. They've got this really nice opening. So I quite like this. They've got the ribbon as well. And the books, they always had pretty good books. And I do like that everything all fits into one compact kind of box here. So it's got like a nice, usual, got a thick little book here. It's got, for each crystal, it has a regular meaning, a relationship or a prosperity message, as well as a meditation. So you can, be a little more customized in your readings. If you want to do like a prosperity reading with crystals, you can, or a relationship reading. Anyway, I do appreciate that. I know not everybody really likes this deck. I like it quite a bit. I do like crystal decks. But I find some of them to be not as good as others, but I do like this one. There are faces in the crystals, which some people don't like. But again, it goes back to personal preference. I really love the colors in this. I like that it has a lot of, it has the common crystals, but then it also has some that, I'm not as familiar with, which I really like because I like learning about them. I've been using this deck as my solar deck. So every time the moon is in Leo, I pull one of these cards. I just really love the energy of this deck. I think it's really, really, really pretty. And I've just been enjoying working with that. I like the backs too. They're very nice, like a nice light blue with sort of that sacred geometry going on. So yeah, I've been enjoying that one. The next two, again, the next one and the one after, they're both Colette Baron-Reid decks. The next one is the Goddess Power deck. Now, I know there was some controversy around this deck because she wasn't so much following the traditional mythology of these. She was more talking about the energy of these decks. Now, I didn't care for the packaging, I have to say, on this deck. I thought it was a bit much. I prefer the Crystal Spirits type packaging. I thought this and the Mystical Shaman came in these big boxes. They had a bigger book with them. And then they had this inside the bigger box. And I know some people really like that. I just thought, like, wow, this is a lot of packaging when you could have just given me this, like a bigger, a wider box with a book in it. So that's just my personal little complaint. But as far as the cards go, I really enjoy these cards. And I have a reading on my shop where I did like a goddess oracle reading, your 5 goddesses with this deck, and it was very popular and people seemed to love it too. And I just found that I really connected with the energy in this deck. I'm not a big fan of computer art type decks where they mix photography and also like some of this art, but this one's actually done really well, so I don't mind that. And again, I really like the energy of this particular deck. The artist that she's been working with, I've really been enjoying. their art. I do like that this draws from various cultures around the world. So it's not just all like European goddesses. I mean, you've got some there. There you've got Native American. So you've got a little bit of everything, and also different ages as well, which I think is really, really cool. So I have been enjoying working with that deck. The next deck I've been using as my daily draw deck for 2019. And it is, I'm probably going to continue to use it in 2020, and that is the Spirit Animal Oracle, also by Colette Baron-Reid. Again, you've got the magnetic, which I love, and you've got the nice chunky book, which I love. This is a nice big chunky deck. There's 60 some cards in here, and I really love this deck. I've been using it as my daily draw on my altar. As you can see, I have one there. And it's got like a really lovely variety of animals, not just the traditional European, it's got some North American too. And it's got, African and Australian. It's got like a little bit of everything. Now, some people don't like some of the things like the crowns and stuff. I don't mind them because it's really talking about the animal spirit and not so much like the physical animal itself. Like this one has an eel in it. There's so many animal decks, and which ones have eels? Like, come on, it's pretty cool. Parrot. Like, it's just a really, really lovely deck. And I found that the daily messages were really lovely, but also really apt as well. So I've quite enjoyed working with that one. The next two decks are not Colette Baron-Reid decks. The next deck that I have here is the Everyday Witch Oracle, which I got recently in the fall and have been enjoying. This I find more of a blessing type deck. Now, this is Llewellyn. The cards in this are larger than the tarot cards. The book is like not terribly, like it's pretty little or whatever, but it's the artwork on the cards that I really love on this one. I love the backs with the 4 kitties on them for the 4 elements. Like, how cute is that? I really love the artwork here. It's whimsical. It's fun. This deck too, she did make an effort to really have more inclusivity in the pictures, which I really love. I love that there's, the hats and the cats, and some people think it's cheesy, but I don't care. I think it's really, really lovely and wonderful. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. It's colorful. It's happy. It is a really nice magical hug. To really wrap up a reading. So really have been loving working with this. This is very Harry Potter-ish, so I quite love that. What can I say? I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. And then last but not least, I do have the Inner Star Oracle cards, which is an independently published deck. So a little more pricey, but I don't mind that when I'm supporting a independent creator. So I really love the sacred geometry and the colors, the beautiful watercolor colors on this. Nice sturdy box. I really like when they have this here so you can pull it off easily. The guidebook's not terribly big, but you know what? It doesn't need to be. It's very, very nice. Again, you've got those beautiful colors on there. The backs are quite pale, but the fronts are just gorgeous. I love this sacred geometry that includes, these sort of animal type imagery or different images and the keywords on there. You don't really need the book with just the keywords, but it's so, so pretty with all of the colors. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know that I use these on Sundays. It's like my Sunday cards. So I've been loving working with these. I really feel like these have a very strong angelic kind of vibe. They're very celestial. Again, you've got this mix of like, the sky and the mountains and then the sacred geometry in there. So it's a beautiful, beautiful mix. Beautiful backgrounds as well. And just really lovely, lovely messages like uplift each other. But this one here has, you are Stardust. Beautiful. Just lovely, gorgeous, gorgeous messages that I've been really, really enjoying working with. So I feel like I have a bent more towards the colorful this year. I look at all 4 of these decks and they're quite colorful, which I really love. I love a lot of color. I mean, obviously I have hair. I have a rainbow hair, so I love a lot of color. Even though, I tend to wear black, I do enjoy a lot of color in my decks. really, really lovely. So it's been a really good year for Oracle cards, I think. You know, I've acquired some new ones I really, really love. I'm going to be going through this year, I'm going to be decluttering my tarot, my Oracle. So I'm going to be keeping ones that I love and ones that I don't use very much, or, you know, sometimes you buy something and it's just like not quite right. I'm going to be passing those on. So in 2020, I'll be posting some videos where I'm going to be kind of going through the ones that I don't want and the ones I do want. I'll probably be putting the ones that I don't want up for trade or for sale or something. So you can watch that because I have a lot of decks, but I want to pair back to my favorites, the ones that I really, really love. So let me know what you think of these Oracle decks. Did you like them? Did you not like them? What were your top 5 Oracle decks for 2019? I would love to hear. And as always, thank you so, so much for watching and for all of your support. It is, you know, I just am so blown away by, you know, the support and the love from people. It's just so great. And of course, thank you to my patrons who make all of this possible, who've allowed me to have more time to do these kind of things. You're the best. I love you so much. And thank you again for watching. And as always, peace and love and rock.